Hey all. I don't know if you can see my... Oops, there it is. My shadow waving at you. Alright. Why am I showing my shadow? Because I'm going to show you, I am about to have a shadow tea party. This is what's suggested in the 2019 planner. And of course I'm going to put my twist on it. But I've got this bitchin' little bamboo desk my husband got me, so I've been using this for coloring. So what does she say for the tea party? Let's see. So she says, it's important to recognize and learn from your shadow self. Ain't that the truth? It's getting tricky though, because shadow is hidden. So you have to see it when you're in it, and try to see the dark side is the strongest time to learn the secrets of the shadow. So she goes on to explain the spell, which you need to buy the book to do the spell. Just shout out, this is a great book. And she gives what you'll need. And, you know, she mentions tea, and she mentions with some herbs in there, and she mentions cards. So I already did an oracle reading. After my fallout, I did the shadow oracle reading early. And she suggests orange and tangerine quartz and dark chocolate and more self-acceptance. Well, no dark chocolate. So what I have instead, I have my coloring pencils, which I love, the Crayola color pencils, because as my makeup teacher used to say, they're creamy. See, I've got my cup of tea with my special secret ingredients. My chalice. This is my chalice. It's a copper cup from India with water, some homeopathics. That is my new routine. Got my tofurkey and Havarti sandwich on organic multigrain and some organic kettle chip salt and pepper flavor. And instead of cake, since I had no cake, Gummy-O's from Trader Joe's. I like these because they're made with cornstarch instead of the animal hooves. Gelatin. So love Trader Joe's. Anywho, so yeah, I'm getting ready to dive on in and do my shadow tea party. So here's just my take. Here's my shadow story for you guys real quick. This is true confessions. I was reading all the articles about the premiere of the documentary about Michael Jackson. And swear to God, this has been just such a thing for me. I grew up in the 80s. Thriller, my God, I can't even describe what it meant to me and my friends and what a phenomenon it was at that time. And then Purple Rain. So, going through the Me Too movement and wanting to be supportive of other people and, you know, making smart decisions and listening to all the information that's presented. Back when he was first accused, I remember like it just didn't sit right with me. It just didn't. And I didn't know. I really didn't. I had no way to say either way, but it didn't sit right. So I exercised my power by no longer buying any music. Not going out of my way to listen to his music. I wanted to stop putting money in his pocket at least. So that was the way how I kind of dealt with it. It brought up a lot of my own triggers from my own predators. Okay, so we're talking shadows, right? The thing is that every time I hear a Michael Jackson song, it's like I was just so torn, because there's part of me that felt like I don't want to support this predator anymore. But this music was associated to a very happy, magical time for me, when I went from being miserable as a kid to finding this incredible community on the dance floor at this local club in LA called The Odyssey. And just a shout out to my dear Ron, who's traveled out of this world this past month. Blessings, dude. It was a wild ride. Thank you for your magic. So this has been my shadow. Now, that's one of those things like for years, I just kind of pushed aside because it was like, okay, I don't need to really figure this out in terms of the priority of problems that need to be resolved, including feeding myself and keeping a roof over my head and all those survival things. Dealing with my guilt about enjoying Michael Jackson's music still was not something that I needed to go into. So, but when you have a shadow practice, start with something small. Let's stay away from the demons and the monsters and get good at doing it first before you go after the big leagues. That's my suggestion. Did I go out swinging hardcore right away? Yes. Yes and no. I took my time coming out of my trauma closet. And so that's what I'm just suggesting. Like, shadows are really, they have a wealth of information. They need to be nurtured and listened to because they've been holding on to something that you have deemed somewhere in your subconscious is important for you to survive. What is more important to you? So when I stopped and thought about the emotion I had to Michael Jackson's music, well, of course, I keep having the emotion of enjoyment because it is connected, it is attached, it's anchored in experiences with people I loved at a time that I really loved and enjoyed. Do I feel comfortable with the resources that I have is the best way to show any solidarity with other people who have survived predators, who have been through sexual trauma, is to, like I said, use my money. So problem solved, right? I've got an action that I'm going to continue doing. And I no longer feel guilty because I now have taken the time to connect the emotion to what are my highest values. So I value love more than I value revenge. And that makes sense to me. So you know what? I'm good. I'm solid. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter. It is just good. Now, how did I go about doing this? Is I notice that there is emotion and it's uncomfortable. I do an inventory of what it is that I'm physically feeling when I think of that. Color it, paint it, journal it, whatever you need to do. Look at what chakra it's connected to. Look at what age you were. Look at, like, where does it feel in your body? And then talk to it. Ask, what is it doing for your highest, how is it helping you survive? What is the value it's holding in place? And whatever that is for you, I just share what it was for me. It doesn't mean you connect with it. It doesn't matter either way. This is the inner work. And that's what I wanted to show you guys. What is the inner work? My biggest problem I've had with most trauma recovery is that it's like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. Oh, go journal. Oh, well, that's great. You give me a tool, but you don't show me a plan. You don't show me how to build the next level. Just journal. And so this is what I'm showing you, like a deeper look at how I take that process to actually start repatterning the little triggers that come up, the little reactions to your environment, your stimuli. They have, science has proven willpower is not what changes you. It is the changes you make in your environment and with your values that create lasting new experiences that you feel connected and aligned, and you have that aha and you're like, oh wow, life is really fucking cool. Who knew? All right, enjoy your tea party. Take a deep breath. Peace out.